Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in strong opposition to H.R. 205, which is hostile to U.S. energy production and unnecessarily takes domestic resources off the table. This legislation overly restricts offshore exploration and development, which would eliminate opportunities to create jobs, grow the economy, and increase U.S. energy development to lower prices for consumers. In fiscal year 2018, offshore oil and gas development generated over $3 billion for the United States Treasury and over $200 million for the Gulf states. So why would we move bills like this that would stop all the progress that we've made in the American energy renaissance? I mean, members of Congress who support bills like this, they still like to drive their cars. They still like to fly in airplanes. They like that 24/7, 365 baseload power supply. They heat and cool their homes, provide the electricity for their cold drinks, and provide the power for the manufacturing processes within their district. Admiral Mike Mullen said there is no national security without energy security. I firmly believe in that. We're going to weaken our national security by taking areas off the table for exploration and production. What that means is we're going to be more reliant on foreign sources of energy. I talked about New England states receiving LNG ships from Russia to provide natural gas, which we have in abundance here in this country, but New England states are getting natural gas from Russia? I find that horrid and abysmal. When we have the resources in this country to provide the energy to meet our needs. Instead of focusing on anti-energy bills like H.R. 205, we should be pursuing policies that encourage safe, reliable, and affordable energy to the American people through free market solutions. We're in an American energy renaissance thanks to President Trump and the Republicans' pro-growth policies, and anti-offshore bills like H.R. 205 hamper these hard-earned gains. Taking domestic energy production off the table would mean one thing. I reiterate, reliance on foreign energy, and that is wrong when we have the resources here in this country. We should explore, we should find, we should develop, we should produce, we should benefit from those productions, and we should benefit from the royalties that come back to the states and the United States Treasury to fund things like the Land and Water Conservation Fund that sets land aside for posterity, funded through royalties through oil and gas production offshore. How are you going to fund the Land and Water Conservation Fund if you take those royalties off the table? I tell you, America, what they're going to do is raise taxes on you because they like the conservation policies. They're going to fund it with raising taxes. Royalties provide that funding for conservation. So I strongly urge my colleagues to defeat this bill, and I